Hi lovelies, this is Margie and I'm doing a hastily cobbled together video because I figure we might get popped into lockdown again. We're going to make the Z card. I've got some bits here that are the ingredients that you will have in your pack. I'm just grabbing the daisies when I get them ready. Your packs at the moment are here, sort of half completed. So, and I've also cut some bits of bling, and so I'm going to put this together so you can see the methodology of putting the card together in the Z card. Now I have used the jar punch, or the mason jar punch, from the Flowers for Every Season suite, and you can see I've used the DSP from in Good Taste suite, and I have actually sponged it. If you want more sponging, you'll be able to sponge your own as you go. The basis for this card was the other one I made that I showed you in class, and I'm trying to see if we can see it all. I'll just bring that down. So this is the one that we did. Or we didn't do it, we did it with a zebra on it, and this was one I'd made, and I thought I'm going to use this for the basis for this class. So that was that, just to give you an idea. And I'm using the Boho Indigo suite, which is at the beginning of the catalogue. I'll find you a page in a few minutes. It does come with a stamp set, which is here, which I have not used so far in this card. I'm not sure if I will, mainly because if you don't have it, you can't use it. But I know that you can find other flowers or things to use. But I have used the dies that come with it, which is where these bits of foliage have come from. So let me just go to the page of the catalogue so you can see where we're starting from. But I don't want to fiddle around too long doing this because I want to get cracking with this video. So this is it. Predominantly I'm using the paper. It does come with really yummy die cuts, which I'm not using because I won't have enough of the same for everyone, and I wouldn't like you to be sad. So I'm going to deal with what we've got, and you'll see it, and that's the Argyle embossing folder. So first of all, you've got, in your kit, you've got 2 Z pieces. I've folded them for you. I'm just going to show you. They're cut exact same, so it's half a sheet of cardstock, scored once more in half, and then folded. So that's the front of the card. Now you can probably see this is exactly the same dimensions, right? Except that this one, when we put it together, is going to go right down here, and it's going to be the double Z for this card. The one like it, which you saw in class and you wanted to do, was this one. And I had the same piece of DSP, cut a normal layer of DSP, and then I cut it 7mm across for the front piece. The rest went over here. Now I'm not obviously doing that today, and I've also laid up 2 here. I'm just going to do 1 today to show you. A bit simpler and a bit easier for class. So first of all, I'm going to make my pieces. So you've got the floral. Now I've purposely chosen this floral because you won't have an upside down, which you would have that way, or you won't have patterns that don't match are going across, which would upset me. It mightn't upset you, but anyhow, so I'm going to glue this side of it, and I just have to get this glue to flow. And it's not real hard to do this, except I've got glue on the thing. Spread this out a bit. I'll get this done fairly quickly for you because the main thing I want you to see is how to put it together. There we go. All right, I'll slide him along a bit so he's not quite even. Oh, the other trick I was going to show you. Cotton bud is the trick for if you've got too much glue on somewhere. You can just swiff it off with that. That'll get rid of it. Okay, I was a bit liberal with that glue. Never mind, I'll do this one now. So the beauty, botheration. The beauty of this is there's no up or down with this floral, so it's going to be easier for you to put it together. And I just want to be, I know I want to move fairly quickly on this, so I want the vid to be made. So obviously you're going to have your kits, you'll have your tutorial, and you'll have the video to refer to, and you know that you can always ask me. So just pop that in the middle. Hey diddle diddle, snap in the middle. Radio. This one over. Done. Okay, he's done. Right, so that's my other Z made. I'm not going to stamp this at this stage, mainly because I want to get this design done fairly quickly for you, and I haven't pre-stamped anything. I could stamp later. I can retro stamp it, because if I was going to stamp anything, it would just be this little bit over here, so I can do that later. So I would normally, as you know, with a big piece like that, I will use tape. So I'll quickly do this for you so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, damn it, I've lost my scissors. Don't you hate that when that happens? Oh, don't tell anyone. I'm going to use adhesive scissors just because I can't find the other ones. My non-adhesive scissors. Don't tell. Don't tell anybody. Radio. My dog's having a little dogmare in the background. I can hear him going. Okay. So I would like to line this up. Come on, baby, you can do it. So I've cut these at 10 by 14.4, so they're fractionally shorter. And you have the benefit of seeing this full on. I don't, so I reckon that's okay. All right. So I flip these bits off onto the floor, pick it up later. Okay, done. All right, top bit. So I've used everything Argyle, the Argyle embossing folder for this, so it gives a different dimension from floral, which is what I wanted. And I'm actually going to glue this down on the front. So it's going to sit like so. This side's quite nice too, the deboss side, but I'm going to use the other side. So I'm going to be a little bit more liberal with the glue, mainly because of the embossed design. It won't grab quite as much, but that'll be okay. The main thing is I want to show you how to put this Z together. Okie dokie. So my camera just needed a bit of adjusting. So I've got this back. So I've stuck my Argyle embossed piece. I've used, this is very vanilla by the way, because it matches the colour of the DSP. So I've got that down. I've made sure these bits line up. The next part of the deal is to stick my Z on, and I want to show you how to do that. So when the Z goes down, you're going to fold it and you're going to make sure that all your folds are quite square. You should have done this actually to begin with, and we want to make sure this is also quite square. I just want to eyeball this for a minute first, and that sort of looks, hang over that edge just a teensy bit, so I've got to bear that in mind. Might need to trim that off after the event. And what I'm going to do is have a bit of a play with my design before I do too much. So I know I want to put my jar about there, and I'm going to pop him up on dimensionals under here when I do it, and I will make my flower happen. And I'm probably just going to have a flower about there, and I will put my bling on here. And look, I don't know if we're going to need 3 bits of bling. We might be able to manage with just 2. You could probably separate your daisy like so if you wanted to. That could look funky. And maybe just put that sort of about there. That might do the trick. So something that's a little bit different. I have cut a centre so far. It looks like I might cut another centre for each of you. I think that's pretty enough. And then what we might do with that is just pop that over here somewhere. So, and then maybe a greeting there that is happy birthday, wishing you well, whatever. You could put a greeting on here, but I don't think you need to. So we could do something like that. I don't mind that. I might put, I'll cut another centre for the daisy, so you've got 2 daisies. The other thing you can do, if you don't like the pot, so if you don't like this so long, you can just shorten it, round it off, and just re-sponge it with your sponges you took the other day. Let me have a look at this. So we got that like that. I don't mind that. I think we'll leave that like that. Hang on, I'll go over here, and now I'm going to pretend that this is stuck. It's not stuck. But look, then you're going to open that. Now, if you wanted to cut some more vanilla, you could. You'll have the directions on your tutorial. But I'm thinking I might just lay that there. That sort of looks funky. I think it probably looks, or I could do that with it. I'm not sure. So I will show you the finished card when I make it, but I'm not quite ready to do that. Maybe that would work, and maybe you could have a little greeting just here. There's all sorts of opportunities. The main thing is to get this down. I think I might show you how to get this down in this video, because the main thing I think I need to do is get these kits to you fairly quickly. So I'm going to show you the method to get this down rather than me fiddling around forever. So I want it about there. It's going to be your preference about where you put it. This is the way you do it. So put that up there. With your glue, you're only going to glue part of this. You're going to glue the bits that land on the vanilla, which is that bit there. And I'm not going right to the edge because I don't want it to ooze out. I'm going to turn this around, but I've got to turn it back again in a jiff. I'm going to hold that down, and I only want it on this piece. All right, so I'm going to open this up so you get to see it. It's a bit like, so when I turn that round, because that's where it's going to go, you can see that this bit has no glue on it and this face has no glue. So I'm going to shut that up. You're following me? Can you see everything there? Oops. Turn it over so it's flat and square. I'm going to bring this in camera. I want it there, and I'm going to put it down there. And then the other trick, which is sort of tricky for me to see, but actually the Argyle's not such a... The Argyle is a really good folder because I'm looking at my dots here and that looks pretty level. It's nice and square. It's down. Voila. Okay. If you did decide later on you wanted some vanilla in here, you can retrofit it in, so it's okay. You can retrofit your greeting here, you can write your words here, or you can write your words over there. So I'm going to stop this video now, and I will just take a photo and tack it on the end of my completed one. That's enough to keep you going so you know how to do the Z. So you can see where it is stuck or not stuck. Oh, it's terrible light. There we are. Can you see that? There. Okie dokie. Thanks for that. Bye. Stay safe. Stay well. Bye-bye. Beautiful day out there. Good, might be get out in the garden later on. I finished my card and I thought I would show you that. Of course, you can decorate yours any way you like. I've put my daisies together. I've sponged the edges and the centre with Night of Navy. I've popped that up on dimensionals. I wrapped... You've got a little bit of ribbon in your pack. It's from the Boho Indigo kit, the medley, and I actually glued that behind using glue dots. This I did at the end. I put that on later. I arranged my design how I wanted it. I stuck these down first. No, I didn't. I did my the vase on dimensionals first. So dimensionals under here and under here. This is quite thick, this layer, so I didn't actually put anything under there. Then I put my daisy on top, or I got this design organised, glued these down, popped the daisy on top. I then decided I would use this A Bunch of Birthday Love for You. It is from the Boho Indigo Medley, and I'll show you that in a jiffy. I use the other foliage element here because I've got my design that's doing a circle, so it's leading your eye back. And the little hello, I was contemplating using something from the lovely U bundle, which is part of that punch we used in class with the different sizes, 3 different sizes, 2 different punches. But in the end, I used this from Forever Fern, so that was the fern one we used, and I used this hello here for that. And this is the Boho Indigo stamp set that comes in the medley. So I use this a bunch of birthday wishes for you. Look, you could make a little thank you card just using thank you on this tag here, using that's quite pretty. So it's quite a useful set. I'll open it up so you can see what it is. So you've got, you can see I've used 2. I haven't used much out of this set at all. There are dies to go with this, and I'll show, they're actually here so you can see them. I'll show you that. But I didn't use the vases on here. I've just used the jar punch for that. I did use, these were the 2 dies I used for your element, so you can see them there. So I'll pop that to one side, but you can see there's different vases that you could use in here, but I wanted to use this one. I wanted to use something that I could easily cut for you and I didn't have to stamp. So here's my finished card. Ta-da, that's it. I'm happy with that. What else did I think? I did actually cut some, I don't think I can find them because I've cleared off my detritus, but I did actually do a smile here as well from this set. So some of you have got this one, and I use this little smile. You could also use the longer greeting. You could use the longer greeting from the World stamp set. You could just have a play with it. So I just wanted to share that with you. And then I'm going to lift this off and share the other card. So that was the one that I did first of all. You can see very similar design. And I'll put that over there. I don't think I've actually... Oh, I did. I did use the bunch of birthday wishes in the middle of that. And the other ones I did, which is going to be a bit of a sneak peek for you, I made these cards using a new different template, and I'm going to do that probably with some Christmas stuff for you. So I'll have a play with that design. So you can see really similar, you can see the similar theme flowing through. This pattern is really good and I want to share that with you, but that'll be next time. But you can see a very similar theme through these. So that's it for now. Have fun putting your kits together. Please share them on the Rocky's Craft Cruise site so everyone can see what you're doing, and we can all share the fun with you. So thanks guys. See you later. Bye. Stay safe.